It's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
And boom. What's up? Welcome back, goddammit, to another edition of Tell Me a Joke, the guideline of chasing the dream. I'm your host of Maniacal, Menace. Kyle Smith said the whole thing like a pimp named Slickback. Ooh, the stumbles. How's everybody doing? Oh, we got a gorgeous little scenery behind me. Compliments to the wife. She is a decorator. Okay, she can put some shit together. I've been telling her she can any type of party. Oh my goodness. Tell you about the bat wings in October, huh? Bat wings. Actual bat wings. They look like bat wings. They were very delicious. Very delicious. Oof. We got elections coming up. All right, it's wild out here. What are we gonna do? We're definitely living in some type of simulation. We got fucking Chester Cheetah out here and Camelot. It's a lot going on. It's a lot. Life is happening. How you going through your journey? This is a guideline of chasing the dream. What's your big dream? What is your big dream chase? Like where you I mean, besides all of the bullshit, where you trying to go? What you trying to do? Are you trying to better your life, better things? Like, what's the goal? What is the goal? Like, that's always the question. What is the goal? Where are we going? Where are we going with this craft? What are we supposed to do with it? I'm here for a reason. I could do this for a reason. There's some reason that, shit gets written itself. Like, basically, you boom, you get to writing. But who is giving you, where's the creativity coming from, man? It's amazing. Like, the creativity has taken me many places, okay? Like, many places. I like, even though it's a slow roll. Like, all types of gigs come up. And it's your choice on which gigs you choose. I recently I got booked for a funeral. I don't know how many people have gotten booked for funerals and such. Probably many. It just like, when celebrities and such die, people get booked to go do it. So I guess that's not too out of the ordinary. But, it is strange. How often do you get booked for a funeral? Like and then if you get booked for a funeral, how much should you charge somebody if somebody's gonna charge you for, the commemorance of this person's death? I don't even know you. You ain't got no ties to this family. You ain't never been around. I only seen you one time. Can I book you for this funeral? It's like, what? Yeah. Can you say no in a situation like that? Can you say, like, is it disrespectful to say no? Like, they asked you out of everybody. I mean, other people probably be there, but still, you the one that got asked. It's like, hey, I can make somebody's life feel better. Because of my craft, I got booked for a funeral. Not saying that I do some sad shit all the time. I do really silly shit from time to time. And this is what got me booked at a funeral for somebody I do not know. And I am there. I'm going to give it my all. You can't just go there and mediocre that shit. That's not cool. But still, I mean, it's a person's death that I do not know. Like, how should I feel about that? I feel a little awkward. I ain't gonna know nobody there. I might maybe know one person there. That'd be something if somebody seen me. It's like, I know you from the internet. Be like, yeah, but also rest in peace. Like, woo. It's a celebration. I mean, it's just like getting a second line band for a funeral and such. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be too far removed from this just because being from New Orleans, like, that death is like a celebration, kind of, sort of like a passing on to a better life. instead of having to deal with the struggles of the Night Ward. Hey, be careful out there. The Night Ward is still fucking terrible. God damn it. I didn't want that to fall, but it don't matter. I hope y'all saw it. Some cute little placemats and shit. But yeah, the Night Ward is still bad. The Night Ward is still terrible. Go ahead. Good luck trying to gentrify the Night Ward down there. Hey, you're shit out of luck. There's a whole military base down there in the Night Ward. You cross that bridge by the Bywater. Come on down there, Shaq. We down there by the Bywater. You can get you some shrimp and crawfish. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. Is it racist if I'm from New Orleans to do a Cajun accent? Is that Cajun? Can I pass for a passe blanc? You don't even know what a passe blanc is. Huh? It means you pass for white. I'm not a passe blanc. But still, it's fun to say. Laissez les bon temps rouler. It's just like, is it in me just to feel as if I can be close to French, even though I don't know how to speak French at all? Spanish was my thing. I wanted to go Spanish. Now that I'm out in Texas, it's like, do we even pick up Spanish? I'm picking up Spanish now because everybody that I work around is Mexican. And, sometimes it's like, are you talking about me? It seems like you're talking about me. I don't know if you are or not. Like, you have a superpower over me, and you can walk around and tell secrets and shit. But nah, not anymore. It's kind of like that. It for me now, like, since I hear it often every day, it's so weird. Action Bronson can speak Spanish fluently just from being around his coworkers. So being around my coworkers, if you ever seen the new Avatar, when the dude, he becomes the Avatar, and then in the beginning he's like, man, I don't know that Avatar language, man, it's just crazy. But then after you're around it for so long, it just kind of becomes second nature, and it just like, now you hear it as it is English. If you remember that in Avatar, any Avatar fans out there? Anyway, yeah, that's what it's kind of like at where it's weird. It's very weird because now, like, the more and more they repeat things, the more and more I'm like, oh, I know exactly what you're saying now. And it's cool, but French is a cool language too. Yeah, back then, Pepe Le Pew was a dog. Okay, Pepe Le Pew. Oh, what? All you want to do is get the pussy? Come on now, come on, Pepe. Nowadays you got to cancel Pepe. We canceled Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew is canceled. We canceled a cartoon. Do you understand that? We canceled many cartoons. It's like, whoa, he's a little handsy. He was handsy. You can't be out here tricking bitches, Pepe. You was tricking the fuck out of bitch. Like, all right, I mean, but still, the pussy was, that pussy was running. Pussycat. The pussycat was not like, but the pussycat had his Mentos moments. Like, he would run under fucking a chair or a bench or something and get painted stripes on it because the bench was freshly painted. You Mentos yourself, pussycat, and now you got this skunk all up your ass. Pepe Le Pew wanted that ass. Oh, Pepe came with the yeah, the language of love, kind of, sort of. Spanish was language of love. What if Pepe was Spanish? I guess it's because the French, it would be more. If Pepe was Spanish, it'd be more aggressive. That would be crazy. Like in different, I guess, different parts of the world. If Pepe wasn't always French, What if Pepe was Haitian? Oh my God! What if Pepe was a one of those what if Pepe was a aggressive Jamaican man? Ooh, yeah, you definitely get canceled. You get canceled back in whenever Pepe came out. You get canceled back then. That's too aggressive. Nah, you ever went to a Caribbean club? Oh my God, or a reggae club? Woo! Calm down. Watch your women as well. Watch your women. Oh my God. Hey, all right. Hey, niggas with them dreads at the Caribbean clubs, rosters, all them. Hey, bitch, they'll take your lady. Okay, they'll take her, and I don't know what happens. I do know what happens. I've been in a few reggae clubs. It is aggressive in there. the banging on the wall, bloop, 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 bloop. Some people have flamethrowers. It's not legit flamethrowers, but like a match and some fucking carrot and spray. Poof, and it's like inside the club. This is what we doing. We blowing fireballs, dousing inside this club. Oh my goodness. Ma'am, don't go in that bathroom. You know what's in there. Nothing but danger and treachery. They want it though. They definitely want it. It's all consent when it comes to the reggae club. Women just get so excited and sweaty. It's so sweaty in the reggae club. Once things get moving, oh my goodness. Dun, 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 dun. The longer the dreads, it's like the more power you have. Hey, be careful. Be careful. They got a lot of ushers. Like Usher Raymonds in a reggae club. Don't leave your girl around me. True player for real. That's my nigga for real. Dun, 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 dun. Mr. Steal Your Girl. Hey, your women will get taken like a Liam Neeson movie inside a reggae club. All consent. They go for it. Shit, my small ass got to be careful sometimes. You know, you get swooned. You get swooned by a roster real quick. Hey, what? What's happening? Hold on. You touch my hair? Where am I? Get off me. Is that a nipple? I don't know. You got to be careful. Oh, good times though. Good times. I remember going to the Caribbean club from time to time. Ooh, that wine, Pondy River, Pondy Bun. It is something else. You lose all types of, like, that is a very debaucherous place in a Caribbean club, and I love it. I love all of it. Certain topics just get to me. It makes you remember the past. Do you remember the times when we fell in love? Yeah, those times. You gotta. Nostalgic moments. So you getting older though. You're getting older. Like, for some reason, I know I'm getting older because I can't stand all of this aggressive sex in rap lyrics now. It's like, who you rapping this to now? Like, who is this for? Like, for real. Finesse 2 Times got a new album out, and it's not out yet, but I heard some snippets of it, and I'm like, God damn it! How many times? How many ways can you kill a pussy? Like, do we need to kill a pussy? Why we gotta kill a pussy? Why I gotta die? Like, everybody wanted. I just spoke about Pepe Le Pew. He loved a pussy. Like, why are we murdering pussy like this? I don't get it. It is. I'm like, who is this for me? Are you rapping for me? I don't know. Kevin Gates. Like, who you rapping for now? Like, I don't get it. Like, you sticking thumbs up butts and shit. Like, you spitting in belly buttons. Like, I'm not sure, son. I'm not. At one point, the music was for me, right? Now, who was it for? These aggressive hood bitches? Because I'm not sure. I don't care for it. I don't. How you just gonna aggressively dig in the guts? What? Reverse around, stick a thumb in my butt? I don't get what we're doing here with these lyrics, yo. I can't. I gotta stray away from it. Is it me getting older? I don't know. I know some women, the women, they loving it. It must get them wet and shit. You know, but God damn, yo. There's just, woo. What happened to lovely love and tenderness, you know? What happened to some sexual healing to the pussy? I don't know. I don't understand why we got to stab, murder, and slice the pussy. I don't get it. What we beating it up for? I mean, I get it. You want to beat it up. Sure. But why does it have to come to the fact that it's going to be murdered, you know? My dick is Dexter now? Is that what we doing? This fucking pussy did something bad. Now I got to kill it. Fucking pull out the white sheets. Like, what the hell? Get the plastic wrapping. Oh, it's about to be golden showers in here. Where is the lube? Call Daddy. Baby oil everywhere. I don't understand. I don't get it. And hey, I guess the women love it. You know, the women are reciprocating the same thing, but they're not going as hard. They could go as hard. I mean, moose knuckle is a thing now. Like, you say this on the radio. Moose knuckle is on the radio. Oh, pedophile is on. Like, hey, we getting wild out here. Certain things I do love when we get to like boom, go ahead and present it. Like, but the whole Glorilla album. If you ain't listened to the Glorilla album yet, all right. If you ain't listened to Sexy Red album yet, hey, just give it a glance. Go ahead and give it a listen. I mean, people are loving it. Lyrically wise, it's not my taste, but do your thing. Like, it is enjoyable. The beats are nice, but there is no you can't. Glorilla, for instance, you can. The album itself, sonically, you'll love it. You'll just like listening to it if you just want to hear some wild shit. But you go from Glorious Glow, Hallelujah, Glorilla to I'ma get this nigga my pussy. And it's like, what the fuck are we It's like, we ain't have there's no consent. You went from here to like Moose Knuckle. And it's like, what, Hallelujah, pussy in the face. I'm like, whoa, okay. I mean, whatever. Do your thing. Pussy print is a fun thing to watch. I like it. You know, it's a thing but you know, you just did a album with Kirk Franklin. You just did a song with Kirk Franklin. And then right after that, put the pussy print on the glass and let me give you $1 million. Some shit. Oh my goodness. Whatever. Hey, be young and fruitful. I mean, it ain't as aggressive as Kevin Gates though. It's not. That's just crazy. Go listen to Kevin Gates' album. You know, tell me what you think. As a man, go listen to it. Women, y'all probably fucking get wet and diddle your fiddle with it. But I'm like, I don't know. Is it for me? That's all I'm asking. Is it still for me? At one point, it was for me. You're gangster, right? It's gangster. It's some gangster shit. You know, subtly. I mean, Snoop back then had porns and shit, but it was subtle. He wasn't out here aggressively tearing down the pussy. It wasn't that. It was some sensual, oh, we about to beat it up. Boom. Also his Brian Pumper. You know, or also his fucking Jake Steed. I'm gonna come up with a whole bunch of male porn names. Mr. Marcus, and Mr. A. They had I think it was a TikTok or something about Mr. Marcus and Superhead. Oh, how many of y'all seen that? Mr. Marcus and that changed my life. Mr. Marcus and Superhead, the first time. Whew. Oh my goodness. That tape went around the entire school. You heard about it first, and then you had to see it afterwards. And then that's what changed the game. Like that's when motherfuckers was fucking back then. I'm sorry. I got a little aggressive when it came to that. But if y'all growing up in my age, all right, because I'm 39. So growing up in my age, like that you just didn't have porn at hand like this. You could probably look up Mr. Marcus and Superhead's little sex tape, but you probably didn't have it like that back then. You didn't. So like how you did go see it, if you didn't get a magazine or something like that from in the woods, like motherfucker had a tape or a DVD or something burned on a flash drive. Did we do tapes and DVDs? Tapes. Was it a tape? I think it was a tape. Tapes, DVDs. Then the internet came around and you could download shit. But that was the one. That was the one that everybody talked about. Mr. Marcus Superhead always had a fitted baseball cap. Man. Porn was porn back then. Now it's different. Porn is different nowadays. Like back then it was subtle. Like you saw what you saw. Like Pinky back then, y'all remember Pinky? Apparently Pinky got a baby for Twister. But there's just certain people that stood out back in the porn days. Like, and it takes a lot to stand out, I'm assuming, back in the porn days. You can fucking Roxy Reynolds. She came from Columbus, Georgia, a place where I lived for a while. Roxy Reynolds is amazing. I don't know how I got on this subject to where I'm just telling people like my porn status. But hey, man, porn was a thing back then. People had collections. You know, it gets passed down from the uncles, apparently. You know, the uncles got the whole collections and such. When you get older now, porn is just like, oh, all right, I've seen that before. Like, it's so saturated. Like, you see things everywhere. OnlyFans has got so many people doing so much. And it is... It's strange where the world has gone, but it's like, I guess, do we need it? Maybe. Who knows? Who knows where it's going to go to from there? Will we get too much of it to where it just dies out? Will OnlyFans always be OnlyFans? You know, will it always continue to be an OnlyFans, or will that eventually die out? Yeah, there's only a few prominent porn sites out there. That Pornhub is the king of porn sites. Pornhub, you know, Lexington Steel. That was one of the names I was thinking about. Yeah. Piper. Y'all remember when Brian Pumper smashed Chippy D, which was Lawrence Fishburne's daughter? Do y'all remember that? Chippy D got spots on the booty. Remember they had a song about it and everything? Just throwing things out that I remember that other people might not remember and that you can possibly go look up at this moment. Somebody asked me what happened to Brian Pumper because he could have been the next 50 Cent. And I was like, nah, he was too big. But also, he was a porn star that when Lawrence Fishburne's daughter turned 18, he did a porn with her. And it was her idea. And she was going rebelling against her daddy and shit. But it was the worst shit ever. The worst shit ever, because it was very creepy. Oh, she just turned 18, yeah. And it's like, Pumper, what are we doing here? And then the entire thing was just like, oh, you, this is, well, hence why people get older and prefer not to deal with the younger audience, the younger aged people in their early 20s. It's like, oh, you're not experienced at this at all. Oh, this is terrible. This is not fun at all. I'm gonna need somebody that's a little weathered if this is where we're going, because this wasn't a good porn at all. This is, and then all like Lawrence Fishburne daughter. Like what is it? I mean, what did Lawrence Fishburne do to anybody? He's a man. That's motherfucking Cowboy Curtis. Like, why? What did he do to you? Why are you with this person now? It is something else. It is something else. Family Matters. The chick that went upstairs and never came back? Yeah. She's a tiny individual and she does porn now. Which is wild. Wild. It's like, why do you know these things? I don't know. Rabbit holes. I have a disgusting mind. And I get it. The chick from the Bernie Mac show. Yeah. OnlyFans is helping people out, apparently. Chick from the Bernie Mac show has OnlyFans. And it's just like, huh. Oh, I'm out here like Pepe Le Pew. Just, Am I? No. It's crazy. Like, but it's making people money, though. What would you do for the money? Would you say yes to a funeral? Huh. Would you say yes to roasting a whole bunch of Puerto Ricans for the money? What would you do for the money, yo? Show me the money. I can't, like, there's certain things that I won't do for the money. I definitely won't go to a political rally and roast a whole group of people. Like, the motherfucker, hey, nigga. All right, my Tony Hinchcliffe story. Okay. I did a year out in LA, and during that time, my reason for going to LA, because I thought LA was going to be the mecca of comedy. I thought that was the place to go. I thought that was the place to be, kind of like how people are moving down to Austin now because Joe Rogan came down here. Well, in the beginning, like as a comedian chasing the dream, following your journey. That's where the journey took me, not knowing, because there's no guideline to this. So I'm thinking that if I need to be seen, because I'm really good at what I do, I need to go out here to California where everybody says that you need to be, not listening to my own judgment. You can do this from your own city, but I'm like, fuck it. I need to go out there and see what it is. New York was close. I should have been in New York, but I went out to LA, and LA is a whole bunch of fake goobers. A lot of fake motherfuckers out there. A lot of people, a lot of succubus. Y'all have heard me talk about this since I've started this podcast, since I was in LA. Not the place to be. Wasn't the place to be. And you can see who really tries and who doesn't try. And so the reason I went out there is because my homie Punky Johnson, was the person that I stayed with before I decided that I wanted to move out there. So I stayed with Punky for about a week, and Punky worked at the bar at the Comedy Store, and it was just me out there. It was just me, and I like to go on adventures alone. I like to put myself in situations to where it's like, ooh, nigga, how you gonna get out of this one? And so that was the situation I put myself in. It's scary jumping off the porch like that, because I ain't never been nowhere else. I ain't never lived anywhere else besides New Orleans. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to live anywhere else besides New Orleans. So, I wanted to go check it out, and Punky was like, hey, she came down to one of my shows down in New Orleans, one of the shows that we had, the Spontaneous show. Shout out Young Funny. I'm gonna get them back on here pretty soon. My comedy group, our comedy group. But yeah, she was like, hey man, whenever you want to come, man, you cool. And so we was friends from there. We would kick it. And I was like, hey man, I want to come check out LA. And she was like, come on down. So I stayed with her wife, and her two dogs. Cousin is a German Shepherd that she had. As a big cuddly motherfucker, and there's this little Shih Tzu that she had that was the meanest Shih Tzu. I mean, he wasn't me. He was just he was the one that took over, and Cousin was the German Shepherd that was just like, I'm cool. But I stayed with her for a week, man, and just got to see LA, and I was like, fuck yeah. You know how when you go to college, and before you go to college, you get to check out the dorms and shit? Well, that's basically what I did. I went out to LA before I was going to live out there and be like, I like these dorms. These are cool. Being outside the fishbowl looking in, people inside the fishbowl are like, hey man, this person's cool, man. Hey, look what we got. We got all the good shit. And you just see the outer perimeter of the fishbowl because you outside the fishbowl. But once you get inside the fishbowl, you see what that center core looks like, and it is disgusting. Like, that's where everybody's shit is at, because they're facing the outside, but they're towards the inside. That's where everybody shit's towards. So that's where all the bullshit is at, on the inside. So once you get to the inside, that's when things really get shitty. But that's neither here. That's not this yet. So I go check it out. It's a good time, man. I see all the good in LA. I meet a lot of people. Eleanor Kerrigan, she really loves me. I'm a product of podcast. I've been listening to podcasts before I started doing comedy. So like everything that I've known, this is why I do a podcast, because everything that I've known to do comedy comes from me listening to fucking Joe Rogan and shit on podcasts, when podcasts were real genuine. Now they're all like all over the fucking place, and it's like, why do I do one? Well, I mean, it's helpful to people, so I've gotten that out of it, and this continues to build my brand and who I am. So yeah, I was like, fuck it, this is where I need to be. Fucking LA, I'm here, I'm out here. Met Eleanor Carey. I was a real fanboy, and then I knew everything about her. Like, so when I would see her, I'd be like, yeah, yada, yada, chop it up. You did this, you did that. And she was like, oh my God, Punky, I love him. Because Eleanor Kerrigan, she also is a hostess she works the Comedy Store. She works at the Comedy Store. So, she finally became a comedian as well. She's amazing. And so I've met many people. I've also met Brody Stevens. I didn't meet him. I say this, and I wish I would have. I saw Brody Stevens the night before he died on stage, and something told me once he got off to go give him a hug, and that was the thought process that I had. Now, but I was like, I'm alone, so I'm like, I didn't have anybody else to be like, yeah, you should go do that or don't do that, So I'm like, let me just get the fuck out of here. And the next day, yeah, but like it was amazing experience being out there, seeing all that for the first time, and it really wooed me. And I was like, oh, this is where I want to be. I want to come out here to LA. This is Atlanta opportunities for me. This is Hollywood magic. And as I'm out there, I'm trying to get on certain shows, trying to get at the Comedy Store and shit, thinking that, a bucket pool is a bucket pool and it's going to be legit. No, most places out there, you got to pay to get up on stage. The rooms are shit. I don't know. It's very difficult to see how people make it, but you understand how people make it when you see people out there. It's like, oh, you fucking you biting off the coattail of this nigga. Like you riding the brim of this nigga hat. Like you ain't doing shit yourself. You just hoping that this motherfucker makes it just so you can make it because you've been a good friend. Nigga, you go get that person water when they parch. Man, get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? That shit was crazy. I couldn't stand it. Like nobody wanted to try. They just wanted to be around who was trying the best. And it's just like, nah, this ain't for me. When people do make it out there, they have an arrogance about them. David Lucas, for once. This is fun that I get to name drop like this because I know these people personally. And it's not like, fuck if I doubt it. Me and Dave Lucas used to always go back and forth at it because I met him through friend Jonathan Tumlin, the Jonathans, and so being around with them, it was a different environment being out in LA. It's like, oh, all right, you see the people that do try, and you see the people that are just there to be around. I mean, they're still good. Everybody was good in their own little way, but you see who was gonna make it and who was probably gonna be like the kiss ass. So it like I understood the dynamics of LA immediately. I was like, oh, this is a dog eat dog place out here, like crabs in the bucket, Like, oh, you making it? Let me grab your ankle real quick, climb up a little bit ahead of you, just so I can get up here and see what's over this ledge. I'm gonna come get you though. I'm gonna come get you when I make it up there. But just give me I'm gonna come back. These niggas never come back. That shit's wild, son. I'm like, nah, man, this ain't what I was raised on when it came to comedy. When it came to actually doing what I love, man. Y'all ain't friends. Y'all are just basically associates that's out here to backstab. And I'm like, fuck all that. And it was nice because Punky said it, motherfucker. Punky had a motherfucker grounded. People understood I was out there because Punky from New Orleans and I'm from New Orleans. We got a certain type of slang to us. We have a certain type of demeanor. We speak a certain type of way. But I don't see it, but other people do. So people understood that, oh, you Punky friend. When I would talk, people would be like, oh, man, y'all. You know Punky? I'm like, yeah, I'm here with Punky. Like, yeah, I knew it. I knew you Punky friend. You Punky. So everywhere I go, I'll be able to get access to places because motherfuckers be like, oh, hey, you Punky friend? Be like, yeah, come on, man. So that was cool. I smoked with Brian Simpson in the back, and he told me the next day, nigga, I can't smoke with you no more, but you got me too high. That nigga got high. That nigga got high to the point where he held the blunt for a minute. And I was like, nigga. And he's the one that told me that Punky was going to blow the fuck up. He was like, hey, man. Hey, right there, nigga, Punky done signed to such and such, nigga, she about to blow the fuck up. And he was right. You could see, though. You could see the people that's going to do shit. Like, Brian was telling me this, and I was looking at Brian. I'm like, all right, dude, but you understand that, nigga, you on the same trajectory, though. Like, I can feel this in y'all. Like, this is crazy. And so, we hanging out back there in the back of the fucking comedy store and shit. It was a good time. It was fucking amazing. Like the things that I've got to do out there were amazing, but then the certain things that you did see, which weren't amazing. Like, I smoked weed in front of cops. That was awesome. But Tony, when it comes to Tony, Punky told me that was like, in the beginning, Tony was the guy that got picked on. Like, motherfucker, he was like, whoa, he's like that Megamind or whatnot. You know, the motherfucker that gets picked on when he's little, like, ooh, but once I make it big, I'm gonna fuck over all y'all. And it's like, all right, I get that. I feel you on that. You know, I've been small my whole life. And it's like, but I don't hold grudges like that. Nigga, I just be good. You know, I just be undeniable, basically. And I'm not about to be out here and attacking people because, oh, you hurt my feelings when I was little. Bitch, I'm an adult, man. Fuck you. I don't get that. I don't. So you see the trajectory of Tony as it goes on. I tried to get on. The way I got on at the Comedy Store is because somebody put my name on something. Like, I knew somebody enough to be like, hey, man, put this nigga up. And I was able to go up. That was the only reason I was able to go up. You got to put your name in the bucket or put your name on a list or some shit and hope that you get to get on. But since I knew somebody out there, that was the only reason I got on. Name in the bucket at fucking Kill Tony, that would have been the only reason I would have got on. Like, that shit ain't random. I mean, it is kind of random, but it ain't random. If I wanted to get on, motherfucker would have been like, hey, pull this name. And I would have got on. For real. Like, so, but I didn't want to do Kill Tony because I'm like, that's not comedy to me. That's not what's up. You just gonna shit on this person for the first time that's came to the stage? Like, they trying to do your first minute ever. Your first minute. Do comedy for your first time in front of somebody on a real stage and see how nerve-wracking that is. Now you taking these newcomers to the Madison Square Garden in front of millions of people for their first time. Bitch, I'm surprised niggas don't catch a heart attack. Nigga, that shit is scary. I don't understand it. Hey, do your thing though. Do your thing. I seen where it was gonna go once I was out there. But like, I've been around Tony and you can hear the arrogance in him when he talks. And there was this one time to where I was like, oh, nigga, you gonna be a problem. And like, I seen it. And this is just kind of how you raise once you get past a certain thing or you get past a certain level in a certain area. So he was just on the way up. Like, you understood who he was. And Tony's about a little bit taller than me, not bigger than me. So he came out of the Comedy Store one day after doing something. And like, when you go to the Comedy Store, you walk under this awning and then you go up to the stairs, which goes into the entrance of the Comedy Store. And there's like 3 entrances. You can walk around all the way to the back, which is, they got the back entrance, which takes you down to the back hallway, which takes you to the main room, the belly room upstairs and such like that. And then you can also, this one takes you to this door here takes you straight into the ticket booth, which takes you to one of the main stages here. And then they have another door that takes you through the middle hallway and up to the other sides, which you can enter the stage here. And then the kitchen's over to the right. But as you come in through this awning, there's an outside bar, which is not technically outside because you can't drink outside. But if you come from under this awning, you're illegal to be drinking here. But if you stay under the awning, you're okay to be drinking. But it's still technically out. Whatever. So Punky worked at this bar right here at the that's mainly where I always saw her at. She was at this outside bar right here. And that's what people would congregate at. You could see the TVs. You can also, there was also a big ass window where you could see who was on the main stage or whatever, in the original room or whatever room this was right here. And she would always work there. So that's where I would be because I don't know nobody. So fuck, this is the only person I do know is Punky. And I'm about to shoot the shit and chat it up with her right here. So, as I'm always in my spot. This is where I'm always at because I don't know nobody else. And I'm making friends. Other people are out there and everything, but it's, new people and shit. And we're talking and chatting, and then fucking Tony comes out. Now, there's always many people like this that are there. Tony wasn't really as big as he is now, which is probably be a lot. It'll be different. Lots of people sucking his ass and shit. But he came out, and this is exactly what he did, and people responded. he came out and he was like, all right, everybody, get the fuck. Like, he didn't say get the fuck. He was just, all right, everybody. And he propped up on the bar next to Punky and was about to shoot the shit. Everybody, there was so many people around. Everybody in the middle of the conversation, everybody around dispersed like roaches. And I'm like, man, what the fuck? Are you serious? And I stood there. And I'm like, nigga, is you, who the fuck is, I'm like, and I'm looking at Punky and I'm like, for real? I two-piece him real quick, Punky. Because nah, nigga, who the fuck do you, I don't give a fuck what type of status you think. Nigga, you just don't disperse people like this. Are you, who you think you are? Who? Bitch, I'll body slam you and two-piece the fuck out you right here. Not even give you the biscuit because you don't deserve the biscuit. I was like, what? And then Punky was like, don't do nothing, Kyle. Because, nigga, we from New Orleans. Nigga, you can see, nigga, me and my brother ain't got to talk. We ain't got to say shit to each other. We already understand what the deal is. Nigga, we give a motherfucker a look. We look at each other eye and be like, oh, right. You on the same page? We on the same page. Don't need to say nothing. That's scary. That's scary because you don't know what we thinking. And Punky she looked at my eyes. I was like, man, who the fuck is this nigga? And she was like, don't worry about that, Kyle. Just go ahead. Go. I gotta disperse. I gotta disperse now because this nigga waved his hands and shit. I'll bash his face real quick. Just because who the fuck you think you is, son? You don't know me at all. And just because you got a little status, you think you could do some shit. Oh, don't get me worked up. And right then and there, I was like, nah, this nigga gonna be a problem. And boom. What do you have? A motherfucking problem. Nigga, my foot was in the door. My foot's still in the door. Like, this shit's crazy. But it's not something I wanted. I didn't want that like that. I mean, that shit is gross, yo. I met a person out there that was like, I'm gonna make you famous. You gonna be the next Cat Williams. And then she put my dread in her pussy. And I was like, huh. I don't know how fame comes from this, but this was a fun experience. Yeah. I don't know which dread it is. I told myself I was going to remember which dread it was. It was very disgusting. I work out in construction, and I did not wash my hair. All the yeasties could have came from this one little dread. But ass sex is not a commitment. Anyway. Ooh, LA was something else. That's like if you can stick through the bullshit, there's a lot of bullshit that gets thrown at you and you just got to grind through it. Like, I was out in LA for a year and then I understood that it was not for me. I felt the energy was bad. Like, I had to leave, and I left right before the pandemic. Right before. I didn't know that was about to happen, but things felt weird. Like fires are just poof popping up out of nowhere. Nigga, you literally look down the street and be like, nigga, it's warm out here. Oh, nigga, that's a fire down the street. Wow, man. But you know, it's a very dry area and shit. My car I had a 4-cylinder stick shift fucking Honda Accord. Only 3 of them bitches worked. Couldn't get over them hills, man. Hey, man. Something was telling me, nigga, you don't need to be out here. Yeah, I didn't. That was not the place to be. Not for me. Oh, man, it should have let me put my hands on him that day, though. He might have been a different Nick. Tony might be a different person today. Honestly, I'd probably be in jail in LA. Who knows? Oh, I'd have broke him, though. Oh, talk to you like Bernie Mac. Listen up, America. If Punky would have let me do what a nigga from New Orleans would have probably did, if it was anybody else, I'd have broke that nigga, America. Or I'd have pretzeled that motherfucker in half, bent him up like a fucking bad paperclip. Oh, nigga, he would have got it. Yeah, then I'd have ran his pockets too, which would put me in jail for even more. But that's what niggas do. Niggas will run you. Hey, for me, that's the second thought that I have in my head, which is not a good thing. You shouldn't do that because it's more charges that it puts on you. It's more charges that it'll put on you. For real, for real. But understand, nigga, if I bust your ass, nigga, I'm running your pockets. Sorry. That's because this is more disrespect on top of that. Like, because I do not. They've been for real. This is how you gonna treat people. You need your pockets ran if you act like that. And hey, Dexter again. If you got a Dexter mentality, he only hurt people that were being rude and mean. You know, only murderers and serial killers and rapists. That's the only person he chopped up in the bags and threw into the river, into the bodies of water. That's the only reason. You know, you if you gonna be an asshole, you got the right to get your ass whooped. Ain't nobody need to shoot you or nothing like that, but you need to be taught a lesson at least, you know, old school style. You know, because hey, what else is gonna happen to this motherfucker? Nothing. He's just gonna keep doing what he's gonna do. What, you gonna cancel him? Good job. And then what? He still sells out shit. You going, oh, you can't say that. Oh, yeah, all right. He gonna continue to say it. Put a hand on him, though. There you go. Does he continue after that? Motherfucker Joe said, bitch, you better watch out, nigga. You talk about Puerto Rico being trash and shit. You will get stabbed. The motherfucker will stab. Bitch, you need security now, nigga. That is wild. You talking about a nation full of people. All right. Hey, bitch, you got to know when not to say shit. You got to know when not to say shit. This is juicy today. I don't even know. I got a funeral. Oh shit! I gotta get ready to go. All right, you guys. What was I supposed to talk about? Some other shit. I didn't mean to get into that. Oh, sleep, rest. Get your rest, man. You gotta definitely get your rest on. Sleep is like the elixir of life. All right. For some reason, I don't know what's going on my back. It was old age, sciatica, or some shit like that. You know, fucking nerve pain and dumb shit. Took a 12-hour fucking nap. Woke the hell up. I was like, oh, I feel like a child again. You know, this is nice. I have the image of a baby. Like, why not still feel like one? Oh, I need a good massage though. I need a good masseuse. I need to find that. But this. Hey, life gonna be life, and man, take care of your body. Keep writing. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, set goals. I don't set goals for myself, but it is good to set some goals to see where you're gonna go in life. But don't pressure yourself into much. Don't pressure yourself into doing things. Just let life as life is, and do you. Continue to do you. Don't stop. Just don't stop. Like, if you think you can't write shit, nigga, the shit's been writing for itself. So you'll be all right. You ain't never ran out of ideas yet, have you? I mean, keep going. This shit don't end. You know, you're making a difference to people out there. They love it. And if you feel like you're not, how you know? Ain't nobody coming up to you and telling you. You can't see everybody in the world. You're making a difference to some people. So do continue what you're doing. Show love. Be passionate. Man, continue being you. Till next time. I have been the Maniacal Menace. Kyle Smith said the whole thing like a pimp named Slickback. This has been Tell Me a Joke. Fucking like, share, subscribe. Tell me something, man. Hit me up. Show that algorithm some love. Do all that shit. I'm trying to get these numbers up. Tell other people. Tell somebody to tell somebody. That's what get me to these dances, man. And until next time, man, keep dreaming, jokers.